Downy mildew can be one of the biggest bummers when it shows up in your garden. I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and today we're going to talk about what it is and how to deal with it. This year was the first year I discovered downy mildew on my peas and green onions here at Gardenerd headquarters. Let's take a look at what it looks like. You can see on these green onions, it shows up at first as a yellowing, kind of a spotty yellowing that looks like it's coming from the inside or the underside of the leaves. And then it can develop into browning or the formation of what looks like a brown or gray fungus on the leaves and fruits. Like many diseases, downy mildew is species specific, so it'll attack certain things in your garden. We did another video on basil downy mildew, which is completely different than what's attacking the peas and what's attacking the green onions. So you can check that out right up there. Let's talk about what makes it happen. First of all, if you live in a place where there's a lot of rain and humidity, it's going to be part of your gardening life. We experienced it after heavy rains followed by a heat wave. We got like 2.5 inches of rain in a couple of days, which is unusual for our climate. But that triggers, it's the perfect growing environment for water molds, which is what downy mildew is, and fungi. Once you've identified downy mildew in your garden, there are a few steps you can take to help prevent it from hanging around. The first thing is, unfortunately, remove all the diseased material because it spreads on spores, and anything that's left behind will get into the soil and colonize your next generation of crops that grow there, if it's in the same plant family or species specific plant. The next thing you can do is treat it. Now, we like to use biology to fight biology around here if we can. After removing everything that's infected, we usually douse the soil with a good blend of fungi and bacteria. We've got a product that we sell at Gardenerd.com called Biota Max, which is 5 strains of fungi and 5 strains of bacteria, and that helps inoculate the soil and root systems with beneficials that help suppress pathogens. You can use hydrogen peroxide. I've seen people for, spot cleaning or using neem oil as a spot treatment, but again, it's not something I like to use on things that I'm going to actually eat. So on green onion tops, I'm not going to use that. There are biofungicides around that you can use to treat the area. I don't recommend copper fungicides because they persist in soils and then they bind up nutrients and stuff doesn't grow. But there is something called actinovate, which they're not paying me to say this, it's just the research that I did. Actinovate is a microbe in the Streptomyces strain, and what it does is it will colonize root systems and foliage if you use it as a foliar spray, and that basically crowds out pathogens so that the plant can recover. And the last thing you can do if downy mildew is persistent in your garden is choose downy mildew resistant varieties. You'll see on seed packets and in catalogs it'll say DMR, which means downy mildew resistant, and that will help you thrive through the difficulty that downy mildew presents. So these are some tricks that will help you deal with downy mildew when it shows up in your garden. If you want to learn more about pest control and diseases, go to Gardenerd.com or take my online course, Creating a Healthy Garden. Check out my books and all the other stuff at Gardenerd.com and consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff we do here at Gardenerd. Patreon subscribers get access to behind-the-scenes goodies and monthly hangouts with me. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Happy gardening.